those dives as well, doesn't it? That extra 5 regen underneath the tower. They're even using the arrow. Oh, they're actually making an aggressive attempt before he's 3.
Yeah, they got the meta first up to that extra level, so they feel like with the extra damage, Molasses will end up going down hard. You got to finish your meal, and he will do just that. So nice first blood's going to be given over to the carry on Bright.
Do you see what Marblu did though? He leaped over and gave him the Lotus, coming bottom instead. The kill onto the Spectre would be amazing if he's able to secure it, but looks like he doesn't want to leave the TB on his own for too long.
Well, they can kill the Terrorblade though. You've got meta backup, and they see Miran at bottom, who even with the 3 heroes, it looks like, are they going to be able to even kill Irving? Gets a swipe, and now Imitator's starting to get a lot of damage. Maybe with the Urn, if they found that charge before the Brewmaster went down, they could have got a kill, but back to top lane now. There's that meta we're speaking about with Molasses alone. Beautifully done. They're able to find a secondary kill onto the Doom in this lane.
Feels pretty nice. Oh, nice tumblers.
Howard does seem like it's still going to go down nonetheless. Now Molasses, hang on a second. He's stuck around for a little bit too long. Another great use of the Hurricane. This time he doesn't get much distance away. But the wave is not going to have enough damage to secure the kills. So as the time lapse to work with, got to be cautious about the potential Doom. And looks like Imitator will respect that. But he's going to run straight to Echo shortly. Remnant's on the mark. Does he have enough burst by himself? Well, he can sit up for the arrow, so it doesn't matter if they don't blow him up through the Remnant. They'll still get him afterwards.
It's a couple. So I feel like if he just stayed down there and didn't try and force a fight without a Leshrac with the Bloodstone completed, they could have taken a tier 1 tower.
I don't know about this. Undying finds a perfect hookshot angle. He's actually pretty survivable though. That mechanism once again repairing a lot of the damage. TC will still go down. And well, they'll get a couple of vessel charges now for Irving to play with. And I mean, Lesh just completed a Bloodstone as well, so I'd love to see him get active, but it's actually his opposition. The position to an Echo is that was wanting to try and get into the middle of it all, securing another kill. He's 4-0 and 2.
Now being on cooldown with Spec having such low HP as well, and being forced to TP back to base, they can look to take out this bottom tower with the siege creep. Look to open up the map a little bit more for themselves.
Lesh has got to be here. Maybe with the Terrorblade, the damage is going to be enough. They'll get the kill onto Molasses. Now Echoes as well as the next. He's out of ultimate charges. And they've got vision of him as well. Look at it, like still spec'd up, hasn't been addressed. And so what do we think of the Radiance? Because of course you are versus a Terrorblade, so Reflection is quite nice versus his item, but obviously he sees a lot of value with it even against his matchup.
Sorry, I'm just watching the mid lane with Undying potentially going down again. Echo's a little low on mana, but really making use out of all of these timings that he's
100% dead actually.
Yeah.
No ultimate charges and no escape for him. Okay, you had to commit both of them to get the kill into the clockwork, and now you're going to try and catch up to Marblu. He's got one more leap, and he's pretty far back in his...
Off the back of that, right? Like, Void Spirit has a finite amount of time that he can spend in fights. Nicely almost done by Molasses, but Undying's got the Tumbler's Toy to be able to interrupt.
Even Irving's going to try and connect just in case if the fight breaks out where he's required. So they'll still be able to get the kill onto the Doom, and simultaneously Imitator will be able to solo kill Marblu as well. So, I mean, we're saying that the Spectre's been able to keep up, well, getting his farm, but the Terrorblade is still completely untouched. They want to fight. I'm still going to run into the middle. He's ready to go with this BKB completed. They're wrapping on all angles right now. Irving ready to go with the primal split, but again, the control is just a big thing lacking, and this time the detection as well. TZ's gonna try and find a hole to TP up, but won't be able to in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they were looking to try and get a little bit aggressive just because they don't have the clockwork, and clock is such a huge portion of their initiation, right? Like, we've seen the amount of times he's able to get that connection. Yeah, it's been onto, like, a Mirana, but that's all they can play with right now.
Speaking of the Mirana, should be an easy death. One more leap to work with pretty shortly, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, it's just, you're bleeding kills, but you're bleeding supports, and this Aegis, they're not really getting much out of it. Maybe they feel forced to go high ground right now. And you've got...
Not bad with the Glitnir.
Yeah. Yes, and I mean, he's scaling. He's got BKB Daedalus queued up, so he could actually start to do a surprising amount of damage to the supports on the back line.
I think
They're
fourth
ready to
core
go,
is a
though.
legitimate thing.
Irving, oh, that's a big target. And there we go. We were speaking about Molasses. And it's going to find the key priority in the Brewmaster, taking the split out of the equation. But hang on, this Terrorblade's got a DD. You've got to respect him as well. Beautiful use of the deny, but can they continue on? As Imitator off to the left side, they got the multicast. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Doom did something. Woo! I was thinking, like, someone might die, but you're going to get farm on at least 2 other cores in the meantime. And at this point of the game, you can't just get a pick off with 1 or 2 people. You need a full team commitment.
Could this fire shield on Ogre be the turn, though? Like, sure, even though you have a way to dispel it, who, speaking of the Ogre, is going to get solo killed by Phoenix, but like, if it doesn't get dispelled against a lot of the high right-click damage from Heart, it could be a bit of an issue as well. Speaking of Heart, Molasses, he's kind of stuck in the middle. Echo's going to be able to cover the retreat, but he too is forced to leap away. Ooh. All right, I mean, it's a big window. Wait, hang on. That's under the T4 tower. Undyne. Yeah, you're probably thinking twice about going for that, but it does again help them get the buildings. Echoes, well, he's looking to try and jump in and create some chaos. Irving, too, wants to use the split early before the Doom, and they've been able to catch him out with the Gleipnir from afar. Doom's on the retreat. Irving's going to be able to stop that short. Echoes trying to disrupt with the silence. They don't get the stun lock. Molasses is able to reposition accordingly, so he's okay for the moment, but Echoes, he's so far out the base, but can they deal with him? Out of mana, soon to be in some trouble. Gleipnir holds him into place. Echoes, he's going to go down in the end. Heart was able to close the distance to get the right-click damage out, even with the meta expiring. So Bright, they're still going to push forward for more. They want to force his buyback. They might be able to do so now. Molasses with a jump in, but he's got an Aegis. They are okay. If this man's got an Aegis, they'll kill him the once. But now what do you have left to kill him the second time? See if they're going to be able to have the damage. Arrow's going to be on the mark, but he's got the cheese as well if it's forced to be activated. Turns, BKB, Phoenix stands strong, and now Meteor there in shambles. Forced to retreat further back to the high ground. Once again, though, Echoes, the man on the mission, trying to do it all for Meteor, but does he have enough left to tank? Might be enough to keep him alive, though. Phoenix falling lower and lower. Can he get the cheese off? Multicast, he gets it, but it's not enough health back. Phoenix will go down. There's a Sunder there at the last second. The BKB should be long enough to cover the TP out. Irving, no way. Irving, wow, great location.
So again, like, you don't need to completely disengage off the back of meta being on cooldown. Who's going to catch who?
The Imitator's going to try and give them the vision. Instant use of the BKB with a fall from Undyne as well. They'll start onto the Mirana, but Echo's bot, he wants to turn it back around. They've blown up the clockwork, so we're 4 for 5, favoring Meteor. And now they're on Phoenix as well. He's been able to activate the BKB before the Doom, so the damage, it's being mitigated, but it's not stopping Spectre. Echoes, he can still jump over the top as well. Heart, can he do it by himself off the back of the Terrorblade? He's going to be enabled with all the ultimates on cooldown, but he doesn't have the team to play with him. It's Heart against the world. Sunder to work with as well onto the real Spectre, but he's silenced, and Heart, he just doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know to hit. They've completely surrounded the Terrorblade and brought him down for the first time this game as Meteor back-to-back fights, and they're about to have... You gotta be cautious though, because Echoes is stuck, stunned up as well, but the damage is still not there without the Terrorblade. Echoes,
he went back in.
Can he get away? Out to the left, he's got one more ultimate, and he's alive. And now Molasses, he's going to be in with the Doom. They've got the Terrorblade. Arrow's going to connect as well. Everyone go for them, and they'll bring him down. Meteor, what a collapse. They won't be able to get the Weaver, and they won't worry about running back through the portal, but the job has been accomplished. Terrorblade down for 70 seconds, and they get a stun. Echoes, he got him range for the Hex. Beautifully done. Irving's going to be killed off as well, and no buyback for the Brewmaster.
Boots of travel, just giving him that little bit of extra speed that he needs to be able to close the gap. And
100 seconds without him, it's a big window for the enemy team. And regardless, it's a big window with Split being on cooldown for 50, so Meteor ready to go.
Yeah.
Might get a glimpse of Imitate. They're even just going to Doom him. Why not? They're happy with just any kill. Undyne's going to go in. Heart's nearby as well. They won't be able to force Weaver out, but he can buy back in time lapse in if he wants to. Hart, is he going to have enough damage to the Terrorblade? They're doing a great job to kite him at the moment, and Dire, this is not the fight they were hoping for. A second member's going to go down, and they will just have to cut their losses at that.
Look at Brew, though. Full rat play. He's looking to try and pick it up. They see him, though. He's underneath that Watcher. Oh, they're going in. They were maybe trying to bait him. I don't know if you even want to fight into this. You got to get out on Hart.
Break. The fear as well. He's in a lot of trouble. Gonna try and find a target to haunt away, but he's still stuck in the middle of the fight. He goes to bottom instead. Irving, I don't think he's gonna be able to kill him by himself. And now the team's arrived to the left side of the map. Molasses.
He's on the clock.
Oh, wait, they still find him. They still find him.
Yeah, he haunted to the clock. They dropped the rapier. Take it, Clockwork.
Now the throne's exposed. They might go for the final push.
He's got buyback at least, and the full haunt.
We got the rapier. TB, okay. TB. Another use of the split as well. All or nothing. Right, one fight away from Division 1. Glyph's going to be able to delay this for the moment. They need to reset, but the Weaver's down, but he can rejoin. Maybe they want out, though. That's a big victory still with the Spectre buying back. Off to the left side, they got the Brew. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You can tell he was thinking about going for another sort of rat play. He ate the refresher
and again,
full
we
smoke.
go.
Buyback's favoring them.
Some molasses.
He'd be great. He doesn't have buyback for a minute and a half.
He would indeed. Yeah, you get the jump, and that's on the back of Undyne. Phoenix there to follow up. An easy kill onto Doom, and that is a lot of your control inside the team fight now not available. Echoes, what can he do off the back of the Rapier? He's going to make the attempt for the Terrorblade. A decent chunk of damage just with one astral step. But simultaneously, the Mirana's being caught outside the base. She's in trouble. Meanwhile, it's Boulder on the Brewmaster. Spectre and Void Spirit hand in hand. And well, they'll be able to come out on top. A big kill onto Irving, who's got a buyback. But keep in mind, Radiant, they've got no glyph. It's all or nothing now. The split. Irving's in off the back of the buyback. They might just turn to the throne instead, but the Metamorphosis exposed. They're going to be able to do it. There's nothing they can do to stop the push. And with the throne blowing up, Bright will be our second team to...